volume doesn't mean you're an elite shooter. Welcome in to the DNVR Avalanche Podcast, live from the Xfinity Studio and presented by Bet365. The Avs are on an off day, coming off that solid win against Toronto. I wanted to take today, and this is inspired somewhat by Brock Nelson, scoring so many goals and shooting so well as of the last 40 games, to be honest. So we'll get into some of the best shooters on the Avs in the NHL and a little bit more. But first, some news of the day. Jack Ashon and Isaac Posh reassigned to the Colorado Eagles. So the expectation is Scott Wedgwood and Devon Taves will be joining the Avs. I mean, we already know Devon Taves is on the trip, but highly likely he's good to go and ready to play. Ross Colton also on the trip for the Colorado Avalanche. Dare I say the Avs have survived their injury troubles?
It's getting there. Certainly, you're slowly but surely, right? I guess is the saying there. No, it's a good sign. The more pieces you get back, the more complete this team starts to look again. You get back to that identity we saw for the first half of the season. I think, especially since a lot of our conversation has revolved around, okay, some of these defensive lapses being part of, what's been kind of not helping the Avs recently. Getting Devon Taves back is a huge part of that.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the Avs opened the door for Minnesota or Dallas to try and make this interesting, and both of them face planted trying to go through it. So
true.
I think they're okay for now.
Time is up a little bit for Minnesota and Dallas on this push through, which it still feels like it's going to be a scramble sprint to the Olympic break here. Mm-hmm. But
yeah, I mean, they just, if the Avs even go 500 between here and the Olympic break, they'll be
fine.
Yeah. There just isn't much Dallas and Minnesota can do to meaningfully close that gap yet.
I don't want to talk about this particularly because I don't care at all, but the hockey world is talking about it. Willie Nylander flipped off the camera the other night. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, the fact that I understand why he issued the apology that he did, but why?
I don't care
it was dumb.
At all.
Is that just Toronto or NHL media pressure? Is that really all that is? Is I'm sorry to whoever I offend. Who are you offending? You play for the freaking National Hockey League. Nobody cares.
I mean, this is it's uncouth, right?
Sure.
It's a rude thing to do. It's vulgar, but
we can also stop pretending that the NHL is this PG league. If you listen to what was said on the ice for 15 seconds, flipping the bird wouldn't seem so bad.
I mean, just take, what was it, the Nashville game the other day with the freaking hot mic of somebody blowing up the F word for on national television. That's the NHL. That's just what it is.
Yeah, but also that's why they don't have mics. On the ice. It's why mic'd up segments are heavily edited and they don't. I mean, that's why they're almost meaningless because you almost never get anything interesting. So there is a baseline of how to conduct yourself. One is a professional and in a professional setting, right?
Yep.
There's a way to be.
But also, I don't care at all.
You're gonna fine him. Okay, fine him. I'm fine with that. You expect your guys to conduct themselves as professionals. I understand that. That's fine.
Maybe I'm not the best bellwether, given I flip off the camera like once a month. So
It's a little different, though. We're not on national television.
That's true.
You know, if we were on national TV, if we were in a little bit more of a higher profile situation, like, I could understand where, I mean, the bosses already are like, stop swearing. And so you and I are like, great. Now what are we going to say? So now we have to come up with more creative language to get around certain things, to express certain sentiments. Anyway, like, there's just a certain expectation there. You're completely correct. It's dumb that this is a story. I was watching it when it happened. I thought it was funny. I was like, ha 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 ha. But, like, I'm a heathenist monster, so if it appeals to me, it's probably not great. But, like, yeah, dude, this isn't a real story. It's whatever.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. I'm just into humorous stuff, and
Yeah.
that's all that is to me, is just like humorous. Like so
funny.
obviously I look at the professional side of things. It's just funny to me.
It's all right.
It is funny. It is like, because they all notice that they're on the TV, right? And then and then he finds the camera. He's like, oh, it's down there. Okay, I know where that is. He finds it to do it, and it was just like, and then, like, he laughs about it, like, ha ha ha. Like, don't call it a moment of frustration. Like, you were literally being flippant. Like, just
Literally.
If you want
fine, man.
more proof that every professional athlete is just a giant man baby at heart, like,
Yeah.
Did we need more of that? Like, the more we find
Sure.
out about pro athletes, like,
I'm just saying,
the less deified they become. Because they're like,
it's just a kid doing a stupid thing. And I know Willie's not like a child, but come on, they're pro athletes. Relax.
it's just a dude being dumb. Like, yeah, it's dumb, but, like, there's no real outrage. We've already spent more time on this than we should have.
I
It's
agree.
so dumb.
I agree.
So dumb. I can't
move
believe this
on.
was the news that you wanted to start with.
The main topic of the day, I have 3 lists I want to make, or rankings perhaps, with you guys. I want to rank current Avs by shooting ability. I want to rank all-time Avs by shooting ability. And I want to rank current NHLers by current shooting ability.
Current shooting ability is basically the Alexander Ovechkin asterisk.
And everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude is the best shooter probably ever in the NHL across the course of his career.
I think we could have an actually, like, genuinely interesting conversation about shooter versus goal scorer, because you score goals in a lot of ways. Like, we're going to talk plenty about Brock Nelson. Brock Nelson's not scoring all of his goals by just smoking pucks past goalies. He's got a couple of tips. There's a couple of backhands on rebounds. Like, there have been a lot of ways that it's been done. So I do think that would be an interesting conversation. But in terms of just raw shooting ability, this will be interesting to see how we all value it differently. We have not prepped for this. There is no conversation between the 3 of us about what this is going to look like.
Nope.
I will definitely get into that conversation. I wanted to start with current Avs shooting ability. So top 5 Avs shooters currently on the team.
Okay.
Which way should we start, at 5 or should we start at 1?
Start at 5. No, start at 1. We need to definitely start at 1. It'll be too hard to start the other way. Definitely start at 1.
Okay. Tiff said 5. AJ said 1.
I'm 5.
All right. Too bad. We're having our hard conversations first. We're starting at 5.
Okay.
Be professional, Tiff.
You're in a professional setting. Come on.
I didn't hear what she said, so it's all good.
There was no camera. She's fine.
Bailey, who is your number 5 shooter?
God, we're starting with me.
You wanted
5.
this, yeah.
I said I wanted to start at 5, not starting with me.
Living in the world you wanted, girl.
I don't.
Did you say Jack Drury?
I was not going to. You leave me alone. I'm gonna go kind of weird here. I think right Because I had a difficult time making this list.
I think the first three are really easy.
First three are really easy.
That's why I wanted to start there. But what do I do?
If we're going with 5, based, because I graded a lot of mine on just kind of like looking at shooting percentage and where the Avs are kind of at currently. I think right now on this list for me is Parker Kelly.
Okay. Not who I have at 5, but I'm open to the conversation.
And it goes when looking at, amount of shots you're taking and the success that he's had in the bottom 6, I think this year currently, a career year kind of setting himself up for something like that. And I think when you compare the shots versus the shooting percentage and how he's scoring those goals, I sit there and look at him and watch him during warmups, kind of practicing this and the way he implements this during games. And that's I think kind of put him into the conversation for me.
The interesting thing about Kelly as a depth guy, weirdly good backhand for a guy
That's why I have him here.
That is not, how many games over the years have I sat there and begged Logan O'Connor to not go to the backhand or or begged Kivi Ranta to just shoot it on the forehand side. Yep. But Parker Kelly's the guy that seemingly can finish on that side. So I do think that is worth noting if you're looking at, I guess I wouldn't call it the depth of the Avs shooting ability at 5, but AJ, where are you at?
I'd have Victor Olofsson. It hasn't gone quite the way that we wanted it to in terms of the shooting ability, but we've seen him finish in a couple of different ways this year. And, he's also got 10 goals. Yes, he's played up in the lineup a bit, but I think on the whole, a much more dangerous shooter. He doesn't really finish around the net a lot, so he has to shoot pucks in order to get most of his goals. I think Olofsson's the easy 5 for me.
I also had Olofsson at 5,
Fair.
so
Valid.
we're gonna take down Kelly and go with Olofsson at 5.
This was like you could have made an argument for a number of guys here.
Yeah.
The only guys that I was like, this absolutely cannot be that, were like Sam Girard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucky in the chat.
Yoel Kiviranta, yeah.
Not Kivi, yeah.
Yeah, those were the guys where you're like, easy cuts.
Well, this is where we're kind of already drifting into this conversation. Olofsson has a very pretty shot when he scores, right?
Yeah.
When the puck goes in the net for him, it's very fun to watch. When someone like Lecky, like the chat is talking about, Lecky has a good number of goals this year. He's higher on that list for the Avs. And a lot of them are ugly. A lot of those are not him putting together a great shot necessarily to get
getting
a
in
puck.
front of pucks, putting himself in gritty areas, falling down for half of them.
Right.
It's the opposite of Olofsson, where he is in the middle of the ice all the time, but he's also planting shot after shot after shot right into a goalie's chest.
Yep.
His 17 goals is going to be deceptive because you're like, 17 goals through 50 games. That's a great scoring pace. But we know better. Very few of those are like, that's a sick goal. A lot of them are like, that's a great tip, that's a good rebound, or he does beat a goaltender from 4 feet away, right in the middle of the ice. It's the opposite of Olofsson. So, yeah, Lecky is a no for me.
Same. I did not have Lecky on my list. My number 4, and there's going to be some dissent among the Avsosphere on this one. But my number 4 is Nathan MacKinnon. And I know that is harsh for a guy who literally leads the NHL in goals. He's got 38 goals in 50 games. But right, Nathan MacKinnon is not an elite shooter. His actual shooting ability really isn't that special. And he's having a really good shooting year, to be fair. Like, his percentages are up pretty heavily from his career averages. But Nathan MacKinnon scores by volume. He throws so many pucks at the net that he has a 5-shot night, and we're like, wow, Nathan MacKinnon really didn't do that much today.
Yeah.
That's what makes Nathan MacKinnon special to me. That's why I have him at 4. To be honest, if he wasn't having a career shooting year, I don't even know that I'd have him in the top 5.
Interesting.
I think when you're going down this list, I don't know how you wouldn't have him in the top 5. I think that's insane, but I still think 4 is going to be too low for my liking, even though I agree with your overall point. We're talking about current shooting ability, so I'm looking at his current season and taking that into consideration and saying he's been a pretty good shooter this year. A lot of goals, just shooting pucks.
It's true.
So I'm not good with him at 4, but if you guys want him there, I'm not going to fight you.
I personally had him a little higher.
Understandable.
Yeah, I had him at 3, so like we're splitting hairs.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Who do we have it for then?
I would probably have Cale Makar there.
Okay.
He's lower than all these other guys in goals. The guys who I expect will be ahead of him, and we see him miss so many nets this year that it does make me a little bit nervous that something happened confidence-wise in that Dallas series, because he's just missed so many nets. And we see him less apt to actually shoot the thing than you'd like.
All right. I had Makar at 2 for the record, but I'm comfortable with being overturned.
I had Makar at 4 here.
Okay.
So
Makar's going at 4 then.
Great. Making a great list so far.
We're talking about 4th on the Avs in shooting ability, and we're talking about the player with the most goals in the NHL and the defenseman with the most goals in the NHL. Or did Werenski finally pass him? I forget, but either
I think
way.
there's a couple guys that are past him now for goals.
Sure. Nonetheless, a defenseman with north of 15 goals at 50 games into the season is the Avs' 4th best shooter. It's kind of a luxury to have.
cool.
Yeah, feels pretty
Great.
good on that front. We'll put Makar in at 4, and then we'll get into our top 3 after this first commercial break here, but we got to shout out a few of our sponsors, so let's make sure we do that. The official vehicle of DNVR is Toyota, and they have a vehicle for everyone. In fact, they're the official vehicle of the Colorado Avalanche, too. So get yourself into a truck, which has been part of Toyota's DNA for generations, whether that's a Tundra or otherwise. They've also got SUVs like the RAV4 or the 4Runner, and they've got something else, too, whether it's a Corolla, whether it's an SUV, whether it's a sedan. They've got all 4-wheel drive with 17 different makes and models just for you. So jump in with that and also get in with their low or zero emission vehicles, which they have more than any other automaker out there. They've got it all when it comes to Toyota, and you can visit them at your local Front Range stores, including AutoNation Toyota Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota and Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mount States Toyota in Denver, Stevens Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevens Toyota West in Lakewood. Again, at Toyota, the official vehicle of not just us here at DNVR, but the Colorado Avalanche too. When the snow hits like it did yesterday, Toyota has your back. Toyota, let's go places. And once you got yourself in a Toyota, you're going to want to take yourself out to get checked out by Rocky Mountain Cancer Centers. They just want you to be healthy. That's where it's at. Cancer, obviously terrible and sucks. I know that firsthand, and many other people do, but you can help yourself out by getting in and getting yourself checked out. For decades, you've stood by your team, the Avs, and through every season, every setback, every comeback, you're there wearing that worn-in jersey, cheering from the same lucky seats. It's not just about the team. It's about the family, the legacy, and the love of the game, and Rocky Mountain Cancer Centers is your team. They come in and they make sure they have your back because we've been there for more than 30 years, standing with Colorado families, treating more adults with cancer than anyone else in the state. You can visit Rocky Mountain Cancer Centers, and you can learn more at RockyMountainCancerCenters.com, the official sponsor of Denver sports fans. Again, RockyMountainCancerCenters.com to learn more today. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast, presented by Bet365. Top 3 currently on the Avs in shooting. Can we all agree that these top 3 are Nathan MacKinnon, Brock Nelson, and Marty Necas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No question.
Just wanted to make sure of that. Sounded like probably MacKinnon at 3.
I'm good with that.
All right. Lock in MacKinnon at 3. So then it comes down to Brock Nelson and Marty Necas. I could go either way, to be honest, on these two, on who you want to put at 1. If we're talking about current ability, if we're talking about this season, At one point in the season, Marty Necas was shooting 30%. I think Nelson after yesterday is shooting what, like 24% or something like that?
23.3.
Okay, 23%.
That gets specific. Whoa.
That's really high. Yeah. And we can sit here and have a conversation about sustainability and how, you know, some of these numbers are significantly beyond season and career averages for these guys. And that's true. It's fair to expect that this is not a sustainable thing over multiple years. But when you're in it and you're having that season, credit where credit's due to Brock Nelson, or are we begging Marty Necas to shoot the puck more?
We're always begging Marty Necas to shoot the puck more.
That's true.
So, like, if we're going to get down and honest with it, absolutely. But no, Brock Nelson's created a really interesting conversation here. And I'm sitting here thinking in my head, like, if you're asking me to have this conversation closer to the beginning of the season, like, I am absolutely not putting a Brock Nelson above a Martin Necas, especially with the way we're talking about, you know, the way that he scores goals and how he creates that, how each player like creates that room for themselves. Martin Necas is elite at creating room for himself, and his confidence with the puck is top tier. So closer to the beginning of the season, Necas is obviously occupying that top spot for me. But again, Brock Nelson's created a really interesting conversation with not just scoring ability at 5-on-5 too, but what he's doing on the power play and how he's contributed there. And you talk about creating space with the puck and the way that he handles the puck to create some of those goals for himself. Like, I personally, like, if I'm making this list right now, that's top spot for me is Brock Nelson.
Yeah, I assumed this was a topic because of Brock Nelson's hat trick yesterday. And Correct. It was like, let's just call him the top shooter on the Avalanche right now because he has 21 goals in his last 26 games or something. Like, yeah, I'm good with Brock at number 1 and Necas at 2. I would say, however, would it surprise you all to know that Necas has more shots on goal than Brock Nelson this year?
No.
I don't think so. In part, because of those first 10 games of the season that we saw from Brock, especially
where he didn't shoot.
Well, especially on the power play. And I know the Avs as a whole struggle to get shots on net at times during the power play, but we saw just a ridiculous amount of passiveness early in the year from Brock, whether that's settling in with line mates or whatever you want to call it. Even when you look over the last couple of games where before that hat trick the other night, it felt like Brock wasn't having his best shooting nights a couple nights in a row, but he was shooting at volume the way Avalanche hockey wants to see. So I'm not super duper surprised by that. I do also wonder what true shooting percentages look like. Is Marty Necas just hitting the 4x6 a little bit better than Brock there? Or what do shot attempts look like between the two?
Yeah, I mean, I'd actually have to go and look. I just saw that there. Yeah, I just looked at. I did the same thing as Bailey. I looked at shots on goal and shooting percentage and went, "Huh, okay."
Yeah.
Well,
but there's no doubt he has ramped it up. You go back basically the entire month of January. Nelson only has 2 games with less than 2 shots on goal, and a whole bunch with at least 4.
Yeah, so that's volume.
Yeah, he's been all over, and he's scoring a ton. So, again, in the month of January, he has 4 games with multiple goals. We're making this list, and it's just going to be dominated by recency bias. But that's fine. That's part of the fun.
Well, that's why we're making these other lists, too.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's the conversation, though. Brock Nelson rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Nelson.
Look.
Brock Nelson.
Right now, today, Brock Nelson would be the leading goal scorer on 26 teams in the NHL.
That's a lot. It's one thing when it's that number's 7 teams, and you're like, oh, okay. 26 teams, that's the whole league, man.
Right. He just happens to play on Nathan McKinnon's team, so he's actually 11 goals behind that guy.
There's only 5 other teams then, because one of those 6 teams is the Avs.
Yeah, right.
That's so funny. Yeah, I wrote about this in Studs and Duds yesterday. He's on pace for a 44-goal season, which we would. I wrote about this in my Avalanche of the Week piece, which you guys will see in the morning. This is the in the Jared Bednar era, Brock Nelson is only 1 goal behind Nazem Kadri's 21-22 season for best, like highest number of goals from a 2C. So
okay,
that's the kind of year he's
40 assists that year, but yeah.
40, man. He had like 60 assists that year.
Was
it
it that? I thought it was like 48 or something, but that was just off the top of my head. So he was over a point per game, so it must be more than that.
Yeah. Kadri had 87 points. He had 27 goals. So like whatever that math is, I don't know. 60
50 something.
So we are like
wise.
We're talking about like the kind of second line center season that the Avalanche just have not had.
Yeah. True.
In terms of goal scoring, because Kadri was a good goal scorer, 28 goals a year, like that's awesome. But Nelson has 32 games left to pass him. I'm hoping he accomplishes it.
Pretty reasonable hope.
Yeah. We haven't really gotten too much into the Natchez other than we wish he would shoot more. But if he shot more, he would score more, and he would be higher on this list and probably number 1 because he has a great shot.
He does.
So I'm comfortable Natchez at 2, Nelson at 1.
Yep. Same. Lock it in. Currently on the Avs, your top 5 shooters, Brock Nelson leading the way. All of that musket training paying off for Brock. Marty needs to run the course. I don't know.
He's good at running the course. It's just like make it to the finish line with some of your shots.
Take some reps with Keanu on the shooting course. We go
John
from that.
Wick?
Does anyone on this list make the top 5 all-time Avalanche shooters?
It's really hard to say that Nathan MacKinnon doesn't.
He has to at least be 5. At least.
Like, I don't know how you make that argument when he's got so many goals.
Considering what he's done in his career, and just for funsies, I was looking at the franchise all-time leaders in the game notes from yesterday. At points, he's at 2. At goals, he's at 3. So, like, again, he's leading the way with guys like Joe Sakic, Michel Goulet, Peter Stastny. Like, how do you not put him on that list?
And when you put him all-time Avs, when you take away Goo, he's at 1. He has the most goals ever in an Avalanche jersey.
Yeah.
And this is where the conversation springs up. He has the most goals ever in an Avalanche jersey. If you look at shooting percentage, it's a little bit of a different conversation.
Yeah, his career numbers are going to be really hurt by the first 5 years of his career.
Yep.
Where he was just not a good shooter and he was like a 20-goal guy. But over the last, what is it now, like 7 or 8 years, he is exploded. And I think we're being a little bit of haters towards Nathan MacKinnon. We just put him at 4 on a current list. 3 at a current list. And on an all-time list, I mean, who do you realistically put above them? Like Alex Tanguay was a great shooter, right? He just never did it. How do you balance that guy?
Very Marty Natchez-y.
Great shooter. Andrei Burakovsky was a great shooter. Wojtek Wolski was a great shooter, but they weren't volume, and Wojtek Wolski had 70 goals in his Avalanche career.
Yeah.
You really going to put that guy over Nathan MacKinnon? Like no. Come on.
I would not do that, but I'm also like looking at what they accomplished in an Avalanche jersey, to be clear. Like Jerome McGinley had an unbelievable shooting career and then came into Colorado and got old, and while still really good, was not ultra Jerome McGinley. So
yeah. I mean, I assume we're looking at just what they accomplished as an Av, because McGinley, unfortunately, not there.
Agreed. So I
would have MacKinnon 4th on my list.
I think I'm comfortable there.
Yeah.
Comfortable with MacKinnon at 4. I feel like we should do this one top down.
I'm cool with that.
Because one is Joe Sakic, right? Like,
yes,
we don't have to talk about it. That one's done and dusted at 1. So You have Sakic at 1, and then the conversation starts at 2
Yeah.
Do you give credit to an Alex Tanguay who had such a great shooting percentage? Or do you look at more of these true snipers like a Milan Hajduk or something like that?
No, I mean, I think number 2 for me is an easy Mikko Rantanen.
Yeah, fair.
I want to crawl through a field of broken glass saying it, but I think it's got to be Mikko. Just he would have easily surpassed Hajduk's career total in goals had he played his entire career here. I think he would have ripped past him. I think he was likely going to end up as the greatest goal scorer in Avalanche history had he stayed.
He already got the single season record, so
Yep.
Right. And like, just what couldn't that guy do in terms of shooting? I mean, he has an elite backhand. His one-timer was excellent. The Avalanche have really struggled without it. And the like struggled on the power play. It has changed the dynamic of the power play. I'm not going to say that the highest scoring team in the league by a wide margin is struggling without Mikko. It's not fair. But yeah, like I think that Rantanen is an easy 2 for me. And then we can have the Hajduk v. McKinnon conversation. Duke was just so special. His hands were so special. And the goal scoring prowess and what he did, like that's what his role was on every line he was on.
I think it just goes to show too, with us giving Rantanen as much props as we are to just how special he was to this organization and totally. What an impact he made on the scoring front.
Yep. He was that guy for the Avs. I do want to get into that other conversation, but we do need to take our second break of the show here. So let's hit up a few more of our sponsors. The Avs have good wing depth, and if you want good wings, get to Fire on the Mountain. It's Denver's local favorite wing joint. They've got a bunch of great options. The chicken is hormone-free, antibiotic-free, and cage-free, and they've got 15 super flavorful, made-from-scratch sauces from mild all the way up to insanely hot. So whatever you're looking for. They've also got craft beer and killer cocktails. They've got vegan options. They've got Wagyu beef burgers, not just wings. Something for everybody over at Fire on the Mountain. They do monthly specials. They've got all sorts of great stuff. If the weather gets better, they've got patios at their locations, which you can eat out on. They even do takeout and delivery. So jump in with Fire on the Mountain. Grab $5 pints on Mondays, all-day happy hour on Tuesdays. Like I said, they have 2 locations, one in Wash Park, which does delivery, and then they also have a great location in Highlands. So get with Fire on the Mountain. You can even try their insanely hot El Jefe challenge if you want to try that super hot, spicy wing eating challenge. Again, Highlands or Wash Park, go get Denver's favorite wings with Fire on the Mountain. Once you got your wings, you probably need something to wash them down, and that is where the official craft beer of DNVR comes into play, Breckenridge Brewery. They've got a beer for everyone, literally dozens of flavors to choose from. They rotate out seasonal ones. They've got their classics like the Avalanche Amber Ale, which is my favorite, but something good all the way around. Even if you don't like beer, they've got Good Company Hard Seltzer, so they got something for you. 2, they've been doing it for 33 years, and it all comes down to their love and passion for making beer, and they do it with 100% renewable energy. You can try a number of different good beers. I mentioned the Avalanche, but they've got the Mile High City, the Fun Slinger, they've got IPAs, they've got Kolsch's, they've got, what are other beers? Wheat beers, sours, you name it. You can't go wrong with Breckenridge Brewery. Check them out online at breckbrew.com and use their online beer locator to find beer near you. They're available in all 50 United States, so you can get them. Go check your local liquor stores. Again, Breck Brew, the official craft beer of DNVR. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche Podcast, breaking down the best Avalanche shooters of all time. This is very simple for me. Hajduk has to be ahead of Nathan MacKinnon for now. Yeah. There is one guy in the history of the Colorado Avalanche, not counting Quebec, that has won the Rocket, and it's Milan Hajduk.
Yeah.
Okay.
That simple for me.
Yeah. No, when you think of, scoring in the Avalanche, Hajduk has to come into that conversation. Like, yep. A lot of people think of Sakic, which rightfully so. I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum on that, which I absolutely agree. But Duke's like looking down scoring lists for it, it's no question.
Yeah.
And especially when the conversation comes down to, okay, if Nathan MacKinnon has to be on this list, Duke has to be above him.
Agree.
Yeah. We're talking shooters.
Right.
Shooters.
Not goal scorers necessarily.
Yes. Yeah. We've already made the distinction, drawn the line in the sand that there is a difference there.
Yep.
So I think that I would agree that Duke has to be 3.
So Duke 3. I think we agreed MacKinnon at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that leaves one spot. I'm open to whatever. How many guys are really even in contention for this spot, though?
It's a interesting conversation between, like, for me, I wonder about Forsberg versus Tanguay versus, I don't know, some of these other guys that you could make an argument from. It's just some of them just didn't, like, they weren't here long enough. Like Andre Burakovsky is one of my favorite shooters in Avalanche
didn't even
history.
Reach 200 games.
Right. Are you going to put him above some of those guys? Because Tanguay and Forsberg, I think, have the same. They wanted to pass first. They wanted to make a play. They wanted to hit a guy on the back door for an easy tap in versus shoot themselves. And weird phrasing. Versus, but Alex Tanguay finished his Avalanche career with a 19% shooting percentage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's outrageous.
And that's in just shy of 600 games. That's not like a 180 game sample. 598 games, he shot 19%. He was an awesome shooter. He just didn't like to do it much.
Yeah. I don't think that necessarily takes him out of the conversation, though. Like, just because,
not at all.
if you're talking about, great shooters in Avalanche history, just because a guy maybe didn't like to do it much doesn't mean he didn't have filthy hands from time to time.
I also, the other guy here, what about Cale Makar?
Yeah.
Shooting percentage wise, it's going to be a little bit lower because he's a defenseman, but he has a career shooting percentage of 10. That's really high for a defenseman. Yeah. He's already 10th in Avs history in goals scored.
The only Avs
he has a
defenseman
30
to
goal
score
season
30
under his belt.
Yeah.
Like, he's on his way to another 20 goal season again as a defenseman. So we're talking, this year would be his 4th 20 goal season. And it would probably already be 5 had he not had the shortened year a couple years ago. So
it's Cale Makar, and it's not close for me, if I'm honest. I think Cale Makar is absolutely the number 5. Love Alex Tanguay. Love Peter Forsberg. Peter Forsberg was my favorite player until Cale Makar came around. I did not love either of them because of their shooting ability.
Yeah.
That's not that they weren't great shooters, but these are not. We do a lot of statistical analysis on this show, and we look at these numbers, and we do a lot of that. That's not what these lists are. If we strictly want to look at the numbers, cool. Nathan MacKinnon scored the most goals ever. That's what matters in a hockey game, right? So just give him number 1. But we're talking about who the best shooters are, not who the best goal scorers are. And there's an art to this a little bit, right?
That's something I was going to mention too. If we're sitting here having the conversation of a Brock Nelson and a Martin Netjes 1 and 2 because of the way they create space and shoot the puck and get it off their stick, this is absolutely a valid conversation to bring Cale Makar into when it comes to this number 5 spot.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it, but I'm open to other conversations if y'all want to try and shout me down.
I don't know.
I mean, I think we underrate Forsberg's goal scoring. 1, because he was hurt and didn't have as many games to really build up the numbers that we would like to see. You look at, he had 202 goals in 544 games as an Av. That's a really high pace. And
it's true.
Cale Makar's not going to get there in those games. And again, he's a defenseman. So there's it's a little bit of a different conversation, but the fact that he's a defenseman and he's here, I think, is why I put him on this list.
I'm okay with this.
His shots are harder. It's harder for him to score, and he does a lot of it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm okay with this.
Lock in Makar. We're doing it. We're putting him on the top 5 shooters in Avalanche history.
Can I make a comment here that blows my mind when you look at 2, 4, and 5, and the fact that 2, 4, and 5 are still currently in the league? And now I understand we're talking about, Avalanche shooters and Rantanen's. We already mentioned Rantanen's time with Colorado being extremely special. But the fact that there are 3 guys on this list whose careers are not over yet, maybe one of them not being an Av anymore, but McKinnon and Makar, their ceiling, there's still room there.
Yep. I don't know how much more room there is for McKinnon's shooting ability, but the goal scoring is definitely going to go up. Makar is a very interesting one.
If Makar has, let's just say Makar has 2 more 30-goal seasons, is that out of the realm of possibility for anybody?
No.
Do any of us think that that's going to be unrealistic?
No.
He has 2 more. I think you have to have a conversation about moving him up. If he, in his career, if he gets into the range of Milan Hajduk's 375 career goals, he's already at 131. He's a third of the way there.
He could get there.
You could make an argument that this guy could crack the top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Not there yet, but definitely could happen. Yet.
But, I mean, you are talking about 8 defensemen with seasons with 28 goals, 21 goals, 30 goals, and now his 15 and 50, and we talk about him like he's a disappointment.
Yeah. The fact that Makar broke this list, we talk about special players, and that is the definition of Cale Makar. That's why we bring the generational talent back into this, that's Cale Makar is magic with this organization.
All right, we can go from that and transition over to current NHL wide top 5 shooters currently in the NHL. Again, if we were talking about careers, it's Alex Ovechkin at 1. There's no debate. We move on. But currently, this season, right now, who are the best shooters in the NHL? Let me start with this. Does Brock Nelson make the list?
Not for me.
No.
Okay. I think that's fair. Who does then?
The guys that first came to mind for me are McDavid, Robertson, Caulfield, and then I'm open to conversations. DeBrincat is another one. Tage is another one. Stamkos has had a revival. Draisaitl is always good. Matthews is always good. Pasternak is special. Morgan Geekie has put himself in this because I love the way he shoots the puck. Mm-hmm. I always have. You guys are not going to... Rudo hates on me. You can leave him off of this.
He was in my conversations too when I was doing my research.
You can leave him off of this list. I would just like to say I was soups right about Morgan Geekie. I was just early. That's all it was. I was just early. But I think actual raw shooters. My personal number 1 favorite to watch is Cole Caulfield. I can understand him not being here.
I like the addition, when I was kind of going through this, obviously, Connor McDavid has to be up there on that list. For me, that's a number 1. That's whatever arguments aside, talk about special players. The way he does it is unrivaled in this league to a lot of other players, if not every single one out there. But I do think it's interesting when you look at a guy he plays with a lot, and Leon Draisaitl being on this list as well. He was somebody that cracked mine personally.
I
like Draisaitl more as a shooter for sure.
Mm-hmm. Same. I don't want to turn this into a hot take, because Connor McDavid is unbelievably good at every aspect of hockey. But when you look at his playing ability, I think his shot is one of the weaker aspects of his game. Not that his shot is bad, but the rest of his game is 11 out of 10, and his shot is only 9 out of 10.
That's valid.
Right. It's like hyper elite, and then you look at McDavid's shot, and you're like, it's kind of like with McKinnon, where the volume does do a lot of heavy lifting there. He has a good shot, great shot, but versus the elite expectations or the elite skill sets elsewhere, I think it's fair to at least ding him like a little bit. And as I just said a minute ago, I like Draisaitl as a shooter more than I like McDavid.
Same. And this is where this list gets really hard.
Yeah.
I think McDavid should be on it. I think Draisaitl should probably also be on it. The way you talk about Morgan Geekie is how I feel about Alex DeBrincat's shot. I could watch that guy shoot the puck all day.
Yeah. He's awesome.
I'm not even going to mention Matt Boldy, lest AJ pop off again.
Another guy I was right about. Finally.
I think Stamkos is an interesting conversation here too, because he was a guy you brought up in your kind of just like dump list to start this too. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, he's got 25 goals. He's shooting 20%, and like you do give him a little bit benefit of the doubt because he's Steven Stamkos.
Yeah.
You're like, this is the one thing he still does really, really well. And we're talking just shooters. There's so many good ones. True. So many good ones.
Yeah. Totally my bias here. I don't want it to be Stamkos because I want this list to be the changing of the guard. And the new generation of NHL shooters, kind of.
So this is about Rudo. I get it.
Yeah. It's my show, and I'm going to put my list on whatever I want. Parker totally Kelly, number 5, confirmed in the NHL.
Put him in the shootout.
Honestly, maybe. Might actually be threatening the NHL list, given those breakaways we've seen.
I am not kidding. Put him on the shootout.
All right. We've got to start somewhere here.
Yeah.
Let's start at number 1. And again, current, right now. Who's the best in the NHL?
I think it's Cole Caulfield. That's my number 1.
I'm good. I'm good with Cole Caulfield at 1. I do not want Tage Thompson on the list, though.
Okay. I don't know why Tiff giggling so much in the background, but I get it.
Negotiation, Tiff says.
All right.
Honestly, we should just go Cole Caulfield and Alex DeBrincat and give all the love to the itty bitty guys.
I'm good. I'm good with DeBrincat at 2. Bailey, are we off our rockers here?
I don't mind it. I do think if Draisaitl's not in the top 3, though, I'd riot.
Perfectly happy with Draisaitl at 3.
Draisaitl at 3. We're done. This is totally fine for me.
All right. So that leaves the top 3. You have spots 4 and 5. Just going off of goals scored this year. Guys we don't currently have on this list. We already talked about McDavid. Nathan McKinnon has 38 goals this year. At what point does a shooter get overtaken by you're just scoring that many goals?
Well, I mean, he's 3rd on the Avs, so we can't exactly have him top 5 in the NHL when we're talking about shooters, so he's not here.
I know, but
it's just
you have
where I'm at.
Following up McDavid and McKinnon in scoring goals. Again, this is not necessarily shooting percentage, so I understand if they don't make the list. But Jason Robertson, Kirill Kaprizov, Morgan Geekie, Matt Boldy, and Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, the thing, like, most of those guys aren't, like, so far. They're, like, a handful of goals ahead, so it's not like, well, this guy's 9 goals ahead, you know,
right,
of like, the next closest guy. So I don't really feel that moved by it. Because, again, we're talking shooters. Guys we're not even talking about here who are fantastic shooters, like Austin Matthews. Where is he? Dylan Genther is an unbelievable shooter. Kyle Connor.
True.
Kyle Connor is a fantastic shooter. Claire Gauthier has had an unreal season. because he shoots the hell out of the puck. David Pastrnak is 37th in the NHL right now in goals. Do we think he's not one of the top shooters in the league? So that's where I'm like, hey, like the numbers might be a little bit different because variance is a thing, and like guys have hot stretches, and we're roughly 50-ish games into the season. So top shooters, like any of the guys that I just named, I'm fine with. You could go with any of those guys that are also at the top. I don't actually love Kaprizov's shots so much. I think
I
he's
wouldn't have
little
top five.
McKinnon-ish,
Yeah.
and he just shoots so much. Yes, and that I'm yeah.
I know we just talked about how there's an art to this, but I can't help myself with some of these numbers.
Wyatt Johnston's also a great shooter.
Yes, he is.
That's one I was going to bring up.
Statistically, looking at players 20 games played or more. Best shooting percentage, discounting some guys with really low, weird numbers. Mark Stone.
No.
Morgan Geekie, we already talked about.
Yes.
Logan Cooley.
No.
Mark Scheifele.
Okay.
Brock Nelson.
That's just personal. I just can't stand Mark Scheifele.
I mean, he's got a heck of a shot on him.
Somebody in chat also brings up Connor Bedard as a great one. If he had not missed so much time,
Yeah,
I mean,
the injury hurt him.
Connor Bedard has 20 goals in 39 games this year. Like,
yeah.
and like Mark Stone does it in a lot of different ways. Connor Bedard is just a pure, like, filthy, nasty shooter.
Yeah,
that's a miss.
So,
compared to the other two, for sure. Leo Carlson is not. He fell off a cliff. Assuming that's who you're talking about. If you're talking about a different Carlson, then I don't know. Celebrini, unbelievable hockey player. Mm-hmm. Definitely more of the Nathan McKinnon volume shooter than a truly elite shooter, though.
Yeah, and he does it in a lot of different ways. I'm looking mostly on this list. I'm looking for guys that just beat goalies with just a nasty shot.
I know I'm a homer here, but I'm coming back around that Brock Nelson should maybe be on this list.
Where's your guy Sam Reinhart? He's high up there in all of these things, and we know he's an elite shooter.
Do we?
Yes.
He's really elite at shooting from exactly one spot on the power play.
Because if you're going to give that conversation there, Alex Ovechkin needs to be there as well.
He still can do that. Yeah.
He's still, like, if you're talking about offices.
I mean,
I think if you really want to give Brock Nelson the conversation, put him at 5.
Yeah. I wouldn't have him before. I think 5 is fair.
This is such a homer thing to do. I'm fine with it for the record. I'm just saying this is such a homer thing to do.
I understand that it's homer. I would also say current. This is a current list. Who's current? Is Pastrnak a great shooter? Absolutely. Is he currently a top 5 shooter in the NHL this season? I don't think so.
All right, but I mean, how do you leave a Jason Robertson, a Crosby, a Boldy, a Geekie off?
I think you can leave Crosby off.
Why?
There's a decent conversation there, but if you're talking about right now, what is he doing right now?
Yeah, he's shooting 22.9%. He has 27 goals. It's basically the same as Brock Nelson.
Been great this year.
He also does it in a variety of ways too. Like he's not just a one and done. And
this is interesting to me because this is what I'm getting at with Crosby. And this is 100% personal preference. Like there's no quantifying this. I think things like Crosby's unbelievable backhand takes away from my view of him as a truly elite shooter. Because
why?
What do you
That's shooting.
I understand, but what do you think of when you think of the greatest shooters in NHL history? What do you think of? One-timers and wrist shots.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think of Al McInnis and Ray Bork slap shots too. I think
one-timers falls into that category.
When I think of greatest shooters, I think of guys who are great at shooting the puck. I mean, that sounds silly because it's in the name. You don't use the word to define the word and all, but like a backhand is a shot. We're not
That's why I
talking
gave
about
Parker Kelly so much of a conversation in our current Avs
we're not
list. Yeah.
we're not talking about guys who feast off of tip-ins and deflections and rebounds. Like Zach Hyman and Arturi Lehkonen aren't on our lists for a reason here. But backhand goals count exactly the same as a forehand goal. They're just harder to do.
So of course they count the same as goals, but if we're counting goals, then Nathan MacKinnon's won. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, a backhand this is so pedantic. A backhand is a shot, though. It's not a tip. It's not a redirection. It's not just slapping at rebounds. Like, I think that it boosts a guy like Crosby's case that he does it in that way.
Especially if we're talking about leaving guys with high shot volume off this list. If that's the argument, and you're talking about, ability to shoot the puck in any way, in a multitude of different ways, that's the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I can be convinced of this. I can be convinced that Crosby should be on this list.
Great. Now my argument for Morgan Geekie is the same. I'm just kidding. It's not. Crosby
Morgan
is better.
Geekie versus Brock Nelson, guys.
I look, if we're being honest, I can live with Brock Nelson off the list.
Yeah.
But I'm not putting Morgan Geekie on that list.
It's fine with me. If I were really arguing for one of my guys, it'd be Matt Boldy. He's a great shooter.
Back to this.
I mean, it's like, no, I'm not. I'm just saying if I was arguing for one of like my guys,
if I
like
was
a classic AJ guy. I really think just because of the team that he plays for, we're overlooking Wyatt Johnston and Jason Robertson.
I'm fine with putting Robertson at 5
I'm
if that's
good
what
with
we want to
Robertson.
do.
Wyatt Johnston is rent-free in the Avzosphere's head because that guy absolutely murders the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah. Johnston also has 17 power play goals and 10 even strength goals. So, like,
there's a little
I'm
bit
good
of that there.
keeping him off for that reason, where it's like, buddy, what's going on here? But,
I'm good with Crosby and Robertson.
4 and 5.
I'm good
in
with
that order.
Either way, yeah, that's fine. We can avoid my homerism, and we can get Crosby and Robertson in there. Not that at this point, no matter who we leave off, someone's going to be pissed. So
this is such a hard list to make because we're doing it just on this year. We're considering no historical context whatsoever, and we're trying to drill down goal scoring into just shooting and not all the other things that go into it. Right. So, like, McKinnon and McDavid are getting punched in the face on this list, even though they're 1-2 in goal scoring in the league.
Right.
Kaprizov too.
If we looked at more than just this year, if we're looking at careers, leaving off Austin Matthews would be criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Steven Stamkos.
Right.
Yeah.
like Steven Stamkos was Austin Matthews before Austin Matthews.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean...
But that's why we did current, because the list of going, oh, well, it's obviously Ovi and it's obviously Stamkos is boring.
Yeah.
So there you go. Those are our lists. Everyone can be mad at us now. That's the rage bait has worked at this point.
It's an absurd list. But also, like, I think you could sit down and no matter which 5 you pick, you can look at it and go, how could you leave off and then make another list of 5?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And make just as strong an argument when you're talking about just shooters, because it's such a hard thing to drill down into.
Yeah.
This guy that shoots the puck in particular really well, because we don't have a guy like a Mikko Rantanen in there who is a fantastic shooter.
Yep.
And again, guys like a Dylan Genther isn't on this list. We're not even close to our list. He's amazing. Tage Thompson is like, that's what he does. He shoots.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want Tage, like you.
I don't
dare I mention Morgan Geekie again.
Well, and like Morgan Geekie is like, he's a lot more. You can make a lot more of an argument for, like, he scores a lot of his goals like right around the net, and so it's fair enough. But
well, look,
this is it's hard to make this list.
And at the end of the day,
I hated making it.
all goals count the same, no matter who the best shooter is, whatever you want to call that. Hockey does not care how the puck goes in as long as it crosses the line legally.
Yeah.
So maybe an effort in futility today, but still a fun topic. Go be mad at us on Twitter. We're gonna call it there for today's show. We appreciate everyone hanging out with us on this one. We are off tomorrow, but back for game day Wednesday. So we hope to see you there. Like and subscribe here on YouTube if you're not. That helps us out a ton. This has been the DNVR Avalanche Podcast presented by Bet365 from the Xfinity Studios.
We all silly like the mayor.